When you think of London, you probably picture red double-decker buses, the River Thames, and of course, Big Ben. But here's the twist. Big Ben isn't really called Big Ben. Most people assume Big Ben refers to the famous clock tower at the Palace of Westminster. After all, it dominates London's skyline, strikes the hour with a perfect chime, and has appeared in countless films and postcards. Yet technically, Big Ben is not the tower, nor the clock. It's the bell inside the tower. This confusion has persisted for generations, and the story behind it is fascinating, full of history, engineering marvels, and cultural significance. In this video, we're going to take you on a journey behind the famous name, from the fire that destroyed the old Houses of Parliament, to the construction of the new tower, to the casting of the massive bell that would forever be nicknamed Big Ben. We'll uncover the origins of the name itself. Was it named after a politician, a boxer, or something else entirely? Along the way, we'll explore how this iconic landmark has captured the world's imagination, from wartime broadcasts to New Year celebrations, and why millions still call the tower by the wrong name without realizing it. By the end of this story, you'll not only know why Big Ben isn't really Big Ben, you'll also understand why this tiny detail matters in appreciating one of the most iconic monuments in history. The story begins in 1834, when a devastating fire destroyed much of the old Palace of Westminster. The fire left London in shock, but it also presented an opportunity to rebuild a parliament worthy of Britain's status as a global power. Architect Charles Barry was commissioned to design the new palace, with assistance from Augustus Pugin, a master of Gothic Revival architecture. Among their plans was a magnificent clock tower that would become one of London's most iconic features. Completed in 1859, the tower was originally known simply as the Clock Tower, standing 96 meters tall, with 4 clock faces that could be seen from miles around. At the time, it was celebrated as an engineering and architectural marvel. Its ornate stonework, intricate carvings, and elegant proportions made it a symbol of Victorian innovation and pride. The tower became a focal point for Londoners, a place where people would gather to watch the clock strike each hour. But even as the tower gained fame, the bell inside it was destined to steal the show. The clock's 4 faces are 7 meters in diameter, and each hand is proportioned for visibility. The hour hand alone is over 2.7 meters long. To power the clock, a massive pendulum was installed, regulated with astonishing precision. But the real wonder was the bell. The first bell cast in 1856 cracked during testing. A second attempt succeeded in 1858, creating a bell that weighed 13.5 tons and produced a rich, resonant sound. Even a crack later in 1859 didn't stop it from becoming Britain's most famous bell. Now, let's talk about Big Ben itself, the great bell that gives the tower its nickname. At 13.5 tons, it's enormous. The bell strikes the hour with a clear, unmistakable tone that carries for miles across Westminster. Its original strike hammer was so heavy that the bell cracked almost immediately, leading to a period of recasting and adjustment. It's important to remember, Big Ben is the bell, not the tower or the clock. The clock itself is a separate mechanism, marvelously precise. But the name Big Ben belongs solely to that 13.5-ton bell. During World War II, the tower survived bombing raids largely intact, though the House of Commons was destroyed. Maintenance crews must climb hundreds of steps to wind the clock and inspect the bell regularly. The crack in Big Ben still exists. It's part of its history, giving the chime its unique tone. On rare occasions, the bell is silenced for repairs, but Londoners say the city feels off when Big Ben doesn't ring. So, where did the nickname come from? There are 2 main theories. 1. Sir Benjamin Hall, a politician who oversaw the installation of the bell. Hall was a large man, and workers may have nicknamed the bell Big Ben in his honor. 2. Benjamin Conte, a heavyweight boxing champion of the era. Some suggest the bell's size and punchy sound reminded Londoners of the famous boxer. Big Ben may not be the name of the tower, but it represents something larger than any one piece of architecture. It's history, sound, and culture fused into one iconic landmark. Next time you hear Big Ben strike the hour, remember, you're not just listening to a clock. You're listening to a 13.5-ton bell that has echoed across the centuries, a symbol of time, resilience, and the human story. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the world's most famous landmarks, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more hidden truths and fascinating histories.